Hi everyone, and a special hello to Bailey and Valerie and Olive and Athena and Hendrix. You see what I'm sitting on? Have you ever wondered what makes a car go? Well, let's have a look under the hood and see. That's called an engine. Okay? The engine is what makes the car go. Gasoline gets pumped into the engine. These are spark plugs, and when they make a spark, the gasoline burns and the gases get very hot. When they get very hot, they push away from each other and they make something move. And whatever something is that's made to move is connected all the way down to the wheels in the front of the car, and they force the wheels to turn. Now, if the wheels turn so that they're pushing the road backwards, remember what I did with a balloon? The road pushes the car forward, and that's what makes the car go. Okay. You can't really tell what goes on in here because all of the inside parts of the engine are covered. To get the engine to burn the fuel, the engine needs air. Okay, air comes in to the engine here, okay, and it goes through a filter that you can't see, okay. It cleans the air so that you don't have a bunch of dirt and dust going into the engine. When the gases are done, okay, with the engine, then there's a pipe that goes all the way to the back of the car, and that's where the gases leave the car to make room for more fresh air to come in. Now, the engine won't start unless you crank it. But it's much too hard to crank a car, and it's too dangerous. So we store electricity here. This is a battery. Okay? And the battery has chemicals in it that when you turn the starter, the chemicals turn into electricity, and the electricity goes to a starter which is way down in the bottom of the engine where you can't see it. And that's what cranks the engine, and then the engine starts. Now, if you do that too many times, then the battery runs out of chemical energy. So we have to put more energy into there. Somewhere under the hood, and again, you can't see it, is a little device. It's called a generator. When the engine is running, it turns the generator, and the generator makes electricity, and the electricity goes back into the battery. Okay, to store up for the next time you need electricity to start the engine or to turn on the lights or anything else. Now, with all of that gasoline burning in the engine can get very hot and it can ruin the engine. So something has to be done to cool the engine down so it doesn't get too hot. Stored in here is water, and there's something dissolved in the water that prevents the water from freezing on cold days. That water is pumped through the engine and then into a radiator, and you can't see the radiator. It's way down on the bottom here, but you can see the water comes from here and into the radiator, gets forced through the engine, and then it gets pumped back into this tank again, and this is to store extra water with the stuff dissolved in it called antifreeze so that it doesn't freeze. Now, the way the engine runs, we haven't seen friction yet. But if you rub your hands really hard, you feel heat. Okay? And the harder the friction, the more heat there is, and the heat can ruin the engine. So in here is where we put oil. And oil gets pumped through the engine, and it reduces the friction so that the engine doesn't overheat. So that'll give you a little bit of an idea of what makes a car go. Some other things you'll see in here. You ever notice sometimes when the windshield gets dirty, the driver pushes a button and two little squirts clean the windshield? That's where we store the water, through the windshield. And I guess that's about all I really have to show you as to what makes a car go. I wish I could take the engine apart so you could see all the parts inside the engine, because it's very complicated. But this is the heart of the car. This is what makes it go. And again, it's called an engine. Well, I hope you learned a little something about how cars work, and I hope you enjoyed finding out about them. So for now, bye-bye.